TV.
What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, aka Darth Apocalypse. So, one of the things that has been speculated on since it's been announced, I believe it was this past Friday, since it's been announced that LeBron James is going to join the Philadelphia 76ers, is exactly what his role will be on this team. Now, we've been hearing speculation that since, he did sign a 2-year, $8 million deal, essentially a veteran minimum deal, we've been hearing since you have all this potent offensive talent on this team, Tyrese Maxey coming off a 28.3 points per game season, the best of his career. Jaylen Brown averaging, I think, something like 28.7 points per game, best of his career. You see the rookie, VJ Edgecombe, averaging 16 points a game as a rookie, third in rookie voting. Joel Embiid, not quite the player that he once was, but I think he averaged, I want to say something like 24 points a game, maybe. I'm not exactly sure what the total was for him, but when healthy, he still is a very potent player, obviously. So, the conventional wisdom is, or was, that Embiid's a center. Tyrese Maxey is more or less a combo guard that can play the point. Jaylen Brown's essentially a shooting guard that can play small forward, and VJ Edgecombe is a small forward that might play the two. So that leaves LeBron at the 4, which he has played for much of his tenure with the Los Angeles Lakers. But we're hearing now that LeBron James is going to spend a considerable amount of time playing the point and running the point at 41 years of age.
Malika, we're going to be looking at some point LeBron James this upcoming season. The Sixers, I'm told, are expecting LeBron James to play a good amount of time and period of time at the point guard position on offense, initiating the game, the offense for Nick Nurse. Tyrese Maxey last season played a lot on the ball at point guard, and we know his prowess off the ball as a scorer. But
we saw it next to James Harden.
Think of a better player that can set the table for Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe. There's all these players that can score, that can get the ball from LeBron James. And the one season LeBron spent at point guard in the NBA in his 23 seasons, the 2019-2020 season, Shanae, he led the league in assists. Mm-hmm. The Lakers won the championship that year. Yep. And we never saw point LeBron again until potentially this season. But the buzzword around the Sixers right now is sacrifice. And they're going to have a couple team mini camps in August that'll give the Sixers and LeBron James an opportunity to spend time with each other, to galvanize, to get that chemistry right before the start of the season. But Tyrese Maxey and LeBron James are already spending time working out in Los Angeles this week.
Did you notice that, but before I go forward with that, did you notice that he said LeBron's going to play point on offense? So what that means is he's not going to be guarding the point guard. That's going to be somebody else, more than likely Maxey. Because we know at age 41, LeBron is horrible, atrocious on defense. But anyway, I see LeBron fans reacting, as they always do, not about team success, but about LeBron's numbers. Oh, he's going to set the assist record this year. Oh, he's going to end up passing John Stockton assists. What they going to say then? They don't give a fuck about team success, bro. I'm telling y'all, Philly fans, y'all in for a rude awakening the next couple of years. They don't care about winning. They don't care about any of that shit. And whoever your favorite player was, they're not going to become relevant. They're not going to be nearly as heralded as they have been before. Prepare for your former favorite, well, prepare for your favorite Sixer player to now be relegated to role player status. And if things don't work out, Richard Jefferson gonna bring goddamn his goddamn Boston baked bean head ass on ESPN, and he gonna open his mouth and say LeBron needs help. It's coming. Oh, and goodbye to whatever growth we saw of VJ Edgecombe. That's done. VJ Edgecombe averaged 8 points a game this year. Oh yeah, shout out to the brother, the Truth 8240. That's where I got this clip from on YouTube. Oh no, excuse me, on X/Twitter. Please subscribe to him if you're on X/Twitter. Um, Look, man. Remember, despite the fact that there was a 4.5 months work stoppage because of COVID back in 2020. Remember, LeBron James back then, when he was 35, was complaining about expending too much energy at the point guard position. Now he's 41. And even with the marvels of Jim Candy and all the stuff that he gets to ingest that nobody else can, because remember, this is the only guy that wasn't tested during the Olympics, he's going to get fatigued. And we're talking about an NBA, hell, a conference where we see guys like Jalen Brunson at that position. James Harden still has a lot left of the juice. And we saw what Brunson did to Harden. Could you imagine LeBron tried to guard him? So every night now, the toughest defensive assignment in the perimeter is going to go to either Maxey or Brown, while LeBron gets to run the point and pile up stats. Because it's all about the system. It's always about the system. He never has to make adjustments to anybody else. They always have to adjust to him. And if things don't work out, because they have to change their games to fit in with him, they get the blame. See how he takes over teams and ruins whatever the shit was going on? Remember how Anthony Davis was like the Wilt Chamberlain of the league at one point, setting records for scoring in all-star games and averaging 28 points per game for the Pelicans. Then he goes to play with LeBron, and magically he gets turned into a role player. Luka Doncic. They tried their best to turn him into a role player. Now, mind you, the Lakers organization made it clear that that was Luka's team. And LeBron was trying to do everything he can to get that first option, to be the first option, which is why he tried to sabotage the team at the beginning of this past season with the fake sciatica, but it didn't work. So he grudgingly accepted the third role offensively, which actually worked. You know, when he wasn't colluding with Rich Paul to try to undermine Austin Reeves, but it actually worked when he was the third wheel. But his ego and pride can't take it. So already you have Tyrese Maxey, who's already, clutch affiliated. So he's gonna do whatever the fuck LeBron them tell him to do. He's gonna gladly step aside and let LeBron take over point guard duties and you know, see his stats probably get taken down a little bit, but he don't give a fuck because he's gonna get in exchange for whatever reduction in stats he get, he had to take. Clutch gonna look out for him and make sure that he gets a lot of endorsements and his pocket's gonna get fatter. Boom, body, his pocket's gonna get fatter. Jaylen Brown gonna be the scapegoat though. Jaylen Brown gonna be the scapegoat and Joel Embiid. Those are two niggas on the team right now. And another thing, when he was with the Lakers, they didn't really have, you know, from what I can recall at least, outside of Rondo, who I think was coming off the bench, they didn't really have stellar guard play. Wasn't there guards, Avery Bradley and KCP? You got Tyrese Maxey and Jaylen Brown, and you want to run the point. And by the way, you got LeBron James, who got to look down when he's dribbling the basketball in a league with all these elite point guards. You know what I'm saying? All these elite point guards in the NBA. Luka Doncic, Jaylen Brown, shit. Devin Booker sometimes play point. De'Aaron Fox when he's not in a playoff series. Cade Cunningham. I mean, the list goes on and on. You got all these elite fucking point guards running around here. And you want LeBron to play the point at 41, going on 42 years of age? So you know this guy gonna he gonna lead the league in turnovers. And I don't want to hear nothing about pace of play. You gotta realize how old he is. I don't want to hear none of that shit. I don't give a damn. If y'all ain't want to hear about Russell Westbrook, I don't want to hear about this motherfucker. Just like we said, he's going to come to Philly. They're going to underachieve. And people will be like, well, what happened? And we just going to look into the camera like, these clowns will never learn. They never learn. Because that's what he does. He comes to teams. He ruins their chemistry. Players got to revolve around him or, you know, adjust to him, even at this advanced age. And if things don't work out, it's everybody else's fault except for him. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell me what you guys say.
TV.